Alright, that's your stuff.
I got the pretty minor issue that we can see for pretty
Good evening and welcome to Welcome to North American Community Express.
Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Check 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 check. Mic check 1 2.
Directed officials to the athletes. Representatives or your fellow fans will not be tolerated in our grounds for removal from the arena. Thank you for your cooperation.
Test 1 2 3 1 2 3. Check check 1 2 3 1 2 3.
In your eyes there's a heavy blue, one to love and one to lose. Sweet divine, the heavy truth, water or wine, don't make me choose. I wanna feel the way that we did that summer night. Drunk on a feeling alone with the stars in the sky. I've been running through the jungle, I've been running with the wolves to get to you, to get to you. I've been down the darkest alley, saw the dark side of the moon to get to you, to get to you. I look for love and every stranger took too much easy anger, all for you, yeah, all for you. I've been running through the jungle, I've been crying with the wolves to get to you, to get to you, to get to you. Your fingertips trace my skin to places I have never been. Blindly I'm following. Break down these walls and come on in. I wanna feel the way that we did that summer night. Drunk on a feeling alone with the stars in the sky.
Time after time, I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my shadows and kicked in my face, but I've come through. I need to go on, 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 on. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. I've taken my bows at my curtain calls. You brought me fame and fortune and everything that goes with it. I thank you all, but it's been no bed of roses, no pleasure cruise. I consider it a challenge before the whole human race, and I ain't gonna lose. I need to go on. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are
At this time, we ask you to please rise if you are able. Come here with your caps and join us for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello everyone, welcome to ASU Hockey 2's presentation of ACHA Division I Men's Ice Hockey. I'm Brett Vaughn alongside my partner Niall Cooper as Arizona State Sun Devils will play their third game of the new season, playing against the rivals, the University of Arizona Wildcats. And before we get started, we'll introduce you to tonight's starting goaltenders. It'll be the freshman for the Wildcats, number 30, Hayden Gold. He's 2-0 on the season, and with one of those wins being a shutout. And for Arizona State, it's going to be number 31, Nathaniel Glenn. Glenn is a freshman as well, new to the Arizona State program, and he's played every minute in Game 1, where he ended up taking a loss. And we have puck drop here in Tempe between the two arch rivals here in the great state of Arizona. Wildcats coming in quick. Quick snapshot on, and Glenn has to be a little careful with the rebound. He's able to smother it. For Glenn, he's definitely one of the bigger goaltenders we've had at the ACHA Division I men's level, representing Arizona State, coming in at a hefty 6'5". Maybe you think he might have played volleyball or basketball. We're happy he plays hockey. Caden Olson, the captain for Arizona State, will rim that one around. It comes over to the half wall, and a rugby scrum ensues. Back out in the corner. King. With it, he's unable to seal it off. Dominic Eptimov. UDD shot, and Olsen's point shot gets through and gloved away by Gold. Olsen pinches in. Jake King will throw it back down. Arizona State, some good pressure in the offensive zone to start off the contest. King, the lane as both teams go for a change. Drop pass to Eptimov. Trying to find Robinson streaking from the bench, and they couldn't connect. Ian Erdman, the Butler, some nice touch passing. Eptimov trying to fit that pass through the neutral zone. Unable to. Good fast pace here as we're just past 90 seconds into the game. Stretch pass, Caden Butler delaying, trying to find that shot pass through, doesn't find its way to the net. Ty Marchand. Getting some help there from Matthew Gross. Robinson, wrist shot on, gets blocked, and that's chipped out by Arizona. The Devils, quick regroup, trying to come back in. Gross was almost able to pull the deke off, but unsuccessful. Erdman stands his man up, as that was Tristan Swagger trying to get in the offensive zone for Arizona. Wildcats come out with it. That's coming out of the corner, and that's a block shot by Marchant. Ben Chase with no stick, unable to clear it. Irvin stands his man up and separates the man from the puck, as that was a good lay down with the body on Swiger. Wildcats come back in. Puck goes hopping beneath the goal line. Austin Cameron for Arizona State. One of those other freshmen new to the program. Out there right now. Glenn activates from his net. Ricochets it off the wall. Turnover in front. Glenn, another shot. Oh, and Glenn, I'm not sure if he got a piece of that either way. It doesn't go in, and it goes all the way down the Arizona zone.
And Glenn's going to be going to sleep tonight, dreaming of having that chance back.
Wildcats will just ship it out and take a hit. Brady Franklin sets up behind his net. Leaves it for Tyler Kylie Ram. Cooch gets the broken pass. Snapshot on, and Gold does a good job to smother that one and not allow a rebound with 16:21 in this first period.
And Brett, you knew that we were going to be seeing Hayden Gold again back in between the pipes after the game that Arizona State won at Mullet Arena last weekend. We even got a little bit of insight from our partner filling in, Ryan Search. He did a great job. He was letting us know Gold was looking good in the games previous, and we'll see if he looks good tonight.
Kylie Ram wins the faceoff. Operates down beneath the goal line. Still with it. Puck up to Allen Eptomoff. He's having some trouble trying to center that one. It comes to Cooch, and it's a knuckleball, and Gold had to double check behind her to make sure he got it. Kylie Ram line still out there for Arizona State. Draw one by the Wildcats. A little too strong of a breakout pass, and that's going to go all the way down for an icing, and they'll do it again.
And Brett, we saw Arizona State come out nice and hot and get started early last Sunday against the University of Arizona State. They've been hot starters in previous years. This is a big night for them to continue that trend.
Brady Franklin will just elect to go for the safe play and play it back down low. Cooch and Kylie Ram in there for Arizona State. Up at the point was Benaldi. His shot up in the air. And a couple of extracurriculars after the whistle as that puck was just up in the air maybe for too long. As Arizona State also had a right to try to get that puck that was up in midair.
Looks like the freshman Allen Eptomoff was getting in there trying to help him hard right on Luke Lindsay. He saw that puck pop up in the air. Looked like they had a pop fly. The catcher was looking for it, the goaltender that is, for the Wildcats. And Arizona State getting in the blue paint early. And there's always no love lost between these two teams, Brett. And I think this is just the beginning of it tonight.
That's how you know head coach Austin Klein picked the right players for his program. As a freshman new to the Arizona State program, is already familiar with the rivalry between the team down south. Both respective captains, Kate Olson and Tyler Sheetland, are just outside of the ref crease, and they're getting the explanation from the Zebras, and will report back to their respective benches. And so we're going to have a little 4-on-4 play for the next 2 minutes here in this first period. As always, it's a great opportunity for offense as there's a little bit more space out there. Olsen retrieves it back in his own zone and sets it up, and he'll walk it out. Butler tracks it down on the left side for Robinson. Shot on, redirection from Butler, gets stopped by Gould. Back behind the net. And looks to have a delayed penalty call against Arizona State, as the Wildcats will just dump it in, and Kate Olson will touch it up for the Sun Devils. And it's going to be a hooking call against Ryan Robinson for the Sun Devils. Folks, thank you for staying with us as we're working through a couple of technical difficulties tonight with the camera. And it's exactly 15 minutes on the dot remaining in this first period. And with that minor penalty by the Sun Devils on 4-on-4 play, we're actually going to have a very odd situation, a 4-on-3 power play for the visiting Wildcats. As they come back low, Wildcats win the draw. Pitch and catch with it. That shot goes wide. Hanrahan for the Wildcats. Good puck movement so far out there. And they try to look for the stuff play with Hanrahan backdoor, but he couldn't connect with his line mate, Justin Hughes. Good job by the Sun Devils keeping that puck to the perimeter, forcing the Wildcats having to make a tough pass if they want to get through the middle of the slot with it. Snap shot on misses high. Redirection out in front, whipped by Sheetland. And that puck will get cleared all the way down, and the Sun Devils will go for a change. Back low in the corner. Dominic Evtimoff will take it the other way shorthanded. Oh, a beautiful deke play, but he gets stopped by Gould on his right post. 10 seconds remain on the 4-on-4 penalties. Shot on, that'll get blocked by Trevor Kennedy. Wildcats in the offensive zone trying to set up. Nicholas Chioka waits. Now it's going to be 5-on-4 play as those coincidental minors come out. Alan Evtimoff trying to hustle, trying to get there. He's battling with a Wildcats player, but Gould comes out of his net for Arizona and clears it away. 20 seconds left on the power play for the Wildcats. Alan Evtimoff trying to deke his way through, fighting through a couple of checkers from Arizona. Does a good job trying to kill the remainder of this penalty off. Ty Marchand shepherds his man into the corner, and he'll get the puck quickly, and they'll break it out. Cooch, it's a 2-on-1. Cooch to Ryan Klaus. That's a Cooch! Oh, and the puck gets deflected up. Now they're stepping and trying to attack that one again, and looks to be a quick whistle. As it seemed to be the goaltender, Gould was trying to get his glove hand on the puck, and he ends up becoming the beneficiary of the back referee of not losing the side of the puck and not being able to see it. And we'll have a stoppage with 12:54 in this first period. There will be an offensive zone draw for the Sun Devils, but they can't win it clean. Dumping that puck in was Michael Pizzo for the Wildcats. Shot on from the defenseman goes wide by John Baird. Sun Devils will chip and charge that one in the offensive zone. As it's pinned up against the wall. Wildcats unsuccessful to clear it out. King at the point ends up whipping on the puck. But luckily gets backed up from his defensive partner, Grady Franklin. That puck is lailed in the corner. Good help by King and Franklin, but it's a poor pass by Franklin. They have to retrieve it back in their own zone. Franklin will settle it down behind his own net. Gets forced by Arizona forechecker. Sun Devils having some trouble breaking out, and they finally do. With Nick Finaldi. Cross corner dump, he'll go for a change. A good, fast-paced hockey game. It's the only game for Arizona State this weekend, so they're putting it their all in tonight. As that shot from Dominic Evtimoff from the point goes up and out of play.
Right after all that technical difficulties we've had to work through, nice to get the camera back up here. Luke Chase, got to shout him out early. He's doing a phenomenal job here in the booth with us. His future star, I think. He's got a lot going with him.
Luke, one of those freshmen as well, coming in with brother Ben's already been on the team, and he gets to join him in Tempe. Good puck movement by the Sun Devils. Cycling it back down low. Gross. Dominic Eptimov shows a shot. Then he ends up electing to snap it through. Goes wide. Robinson trying to work the wall, but he ends up missing the puck as he was trying to corral it. That allows the Wildcats to dump it in on the goaltender Glenn, and he'll elect to freeze it with 10:58 remaining in this first period. On the offensive zone for the Wildcats, but it's a good clean win by Ben Chase, but the Wildcats just keep it in. Kate Olsen gets a rough right in the board. Ben Chase, his centerman, helps him out, but he turns the puck over. Good active stick by Austin Cameron. Will allow him to skate it out in the offensive zone. Cameron driving hard, sends that one through, and it squirts through, but no friendly Sun Devil sticks there on the back post. Dominic Eptimov, D-to-D. Erdman's slap shot gets blocked. Out in front again. Newland's shot, that misses high. Good sustained zone time for Arizona State these last couple of shifts. Rebound in front. Dominic Eptimov. The redirection out in front. Oh! And that was a wide open net, but luckily for Gold, one of his defensemen was there in the crease, and he gets lucky with that block. Newland comes back in, onside. Unable to center that one out in front. Chase backhands it to Erdman. D-to-D again. Quick shot from Marchand. And Gould is able to corral that rebound. And he'll get a breather, a much-needed breather for his defenseman and his defensive partners. Draw one by the Sun Devils. By Marchand. Picks the one up in the neutral zone. Off the turnover. Stands on the shot initially. Then he gets it through. Rebound in front. Backhand. Oh! Just missed from Alan Eptimov. Marchand. Marchand deep there. And he rounds out one off the iron. Wildcats come the other way. The assistant captain, Josephson's unable to get it out in front. Turnover right in front, though. Glenn, one save as he kicks his right leg out. Big stop by him as he hasn't been the busier of the two goaltenders so far.
And a good job, Marchand and Boots in front of the net, making sure to block that shot. Otherwise, a great chance for the Wildcats.
Both teams go for a change. Brady Franklin trying to look for that stretch pass with Kennedy, but that'll end up going for an icing. As we pass the halfway mark in this first period, it's still 0-0 between the two in-state rivals. Face-off will be to the right of the goaltender's Glenn. Draw one by the Wildcats. Bring back around. Franklin sends his man to the wall, but Wildcats come out with it. Glenn will shepherd that pass into the corner. Out in front, good read by the goaltender Glenn. He put his stick down, negating that possible grade A scoring chance for the Wildcats. Another turnover and they score! Jack Hurley, the sophomore out of Middlesex, Vermont, breaks the scoring here at 1. As it was some very good pressure by that forecheck for the Wildcats. And it ended up paying off for them. Sun Devils trying to get back on the horse, and that puck gets deflected up and out of play. That shot being released by Matthew Gross. Wildcats will win the draw in their own zone. Stretch pass, blocked off by the skates of Dominic Eptimov.
What kind of rebound here Arizona State can have. It's good to see the captain Kate Olsen on the ice. A nice veteran presence back on the blue line, Brett. Something we've been used to over the years with the Sun Devil program.
Sun Devils have been dominating the run of play. Oh! Pictures are worth 1,000 words, and there wasn't much to say about that goal except nasty. Ryan Robinson absolutely undrafted defenseman for Arizona, and he's showing off that skill and prowess, and he gets his team tied back up at 1. Gets this close to capacity crowd here at the Mount America Community Iceplex back on their feet.
Brett, one of the best goals we've ever seen in this building, which is saying something because last year we had a goal make it all the way to Sports Center top 10.
Absolutely. As Ryan Robinson, he's a junior now, but he came to this Arizona State team. He was initially here with the NCAA team, and he's making his presence felt here at the ACHA level as he has been the past year. Wildcats come back in slowly. Good stick by Erdman. And that allows him to collect it and will chip it high off the glass. Marchant will set it up behind the net as he waits for a couple of his teammates to make a change. Carter Newland gets that far blue line pass, and he was trying to do his best impression of Robinson, deking through a couple players, but he's unsuccessful. Sun Devils slowing down. Now it'll be Grady Franklin with it, but they end up losing it, and they'll play it back down into the Arizona zone.
Appreciate it.
As that puck gets deflected by a Wildcat player, that negates the icing. Newland leaves it for Ben Chase, but he's unable to connect on that breakout pass with Cameron, and it's going to go for an icing with 6:15 left in this first period. It's been a great start so far in Arizona. Has already played a home game already against these same Wildcats where they ended up winning, but that was in the big house over in Mullet, which is being occupied tonight. Franklin will just chip that one out, and he'll go for a quick change.
Brett, even in the smaller buildings tonight, a really good turnout from the fans. Definitely saw some Wildcat fans show up early. They probably made it on that early commute, tried to beat the traffic. Sun Devil fans coming in both early and late. And this place right now is starting to really brim up with people.
DDD with Eptimov and Olsen, but Eptimov's pass gets kicked out, and they have to retrieve it back in their own zone due to Sun Devils. Kylie Ram plays the body, and he separates the man from the puck. And he'll have possession for it for the Sun Devils.
Kylie Ram, a guy that we spoke with during the offseason, Brett. Did did a great job working on his health during the off season. He was breaking us down one night as we got to see him kind of go through his health regimen, and we're expecting a big year from him.
Puck played back by the defenseman, Chioka, as he ends up taking a hard ride into the board as a couple players get tangled up behind the Arizona net. Wildcats come through, and Glenn, beautiful job of really taking all the space down low, moving from right to left, and he'll get a much-needed whistle for his Sun Devil team. And folks, we appreciate wherever you're tuning in tonight, watching this broadcast here on Arizona State Hockey YouTube. As we've had to work through some technical difficulties, and we also appreciate the fans in the building as well taking in some action online. Got one by the Wildcats cleanly. That shot misses wide behind Glenn. Out in the corner with it. Justin Hughes trying to center that one in front. Gets taken away by Trevor Kennedy. Tries to turn on the Jet. On the left side, centers that one out in front. Still with it. But he's unable to get that through to the middle of the ice. Up and down they go. Arizona State collects the turnover. Jake King gets that pass in his skates, and he's unable to get it up to the stick blade. 4 minutes and change left in this first period. Kennedy with a hard check. Allows Benaldi to get that puck out. Benaldi, another one of those brothers, is his teammate and brother, Anthony Benaldi, is a goaltender, but he's not playing tonight.
Great defensive presence in that house.
Here he is with the puck, trying to get it over to Caden Butler. Butler sheds the check. Trying to cycle it back down low. Turned over to Gross. Robinson, wrist shot as that one whistles high. Benaldi, great deke around the man that was covering him as he gets that one out in front, and it's gloved by Gould with 3:31 remaining in this first period. Shots so far, 15-8 in favor of the Sun Devils. Draw one by the Sun Devils. Robinson, back in pass to Benaldi. Shot gets deflected through, but Gould's able to stop it as that was a slow roller towards the Arizona netminder. Arizona wins the draw, hard rim around. Franklin's unable to keep it in for the Sun Devils. Robinson redirects it in and will force Arizona to have to break it out of their own zone. Hunter Hodgson there for Arizona is able to get that one out. Dominic Eptimov trying to fit that pass through, gets that puck redirected up. Robinson backhands that one in as this line's been out here a little long for the Sun Devils. Here come the Wildcats going on in. Good puck control by Glenn to take that shot and steer that rebound in the corner harmlessly. Puck's caught up underneath the gear of the Arizona player, Erickson. Point shot comes through. Glenn, a nice stop again, picking out that right leg.
Sun Devils, they were attacking early in the first period. The Wildcats really started to find their footing a little bit in this game. It seems like ever since those coincidental minors and the 4-on-4 action we had.
Sun Devils having a little trouble connecting passes to the neutral zone. They'll go D-to-D once more. Eptimov snapping it over to Ben Chase. Chase somehow still with it as he sheds a couple Wildcat checks. And now he's still battling with it. Great balance on those skate blades by Chase.
Stronger than a country boy after a corn harvest.
Wildcats come back in with it. The drop pass, the shot on from Myers gets blocked by Olsen. Chase, dangerous turnover, but Wildcats don't make the Sun Devils pay. Now, with a minute and change left in this first period, Newland centers that puck through, and Gould's able to pick that slap shot, short angle shot from Cameron, and we'll have a whistle with 1:11 remaining in this first period, and I'll make a wish. Draw one by Kylie Ram. He had a little sneaky move trying to win the face-off with a deep move, and it almost worked.
1 minute remaining in the first period.
Under 60 seconds left of play here in this first period. Kylie Ram on this off wing. Hits the break, centers that one through. It'll come to Marchant. Erdman showing the shot, gets the shot through, but hits a couple bodies and squirts into the corner. Carson Cooch, the junior, trying to work that one out in the corner. Kylie Ram, short angle shot. Rebound up to Cooch, but he's unable to connect with it. Hunter Hodgson can't get that cleared for Arizona. Puck picked up by Justin Hughes. Hughes, nice sneak around, centers that one in front, but all of his line mates are going for a change. About 10 seconds left now remain. Kloss eats the check and will dump it in. And that'll do it for this first period of play. And it was a great pace to this one, as the shots on goal finished 17 for Arizona State, 10 for the visiting Wildcats. At the end of one period of play, Arizona State won, Arizona won, and we'll be back in just under 15 minutes to bring you live second period action here on Arizona State ACHA Hockey YouTube.
Hello out there, we're on the air, it's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Second period, where players dash with skates aflash, the home team trails behind, but they grab the puck and go bursting up, and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees, they travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside, it's a 1-1 hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Third period, last game in the playoffs too. Oh, take me where the hockey players face off down the rink, and the Stanley Cup is all filled up for the champs who win the drink. Now the final flick of a hockey stick and a one gigantic scream. The puck is in, the home team wins the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name
love both never to come back. I see people turn their heads and quickly look away. Like a newborn baby, it just happens every day. I look inside myself and see my heart is black. I see my red door, I must have it painted black. Maybe then I'll fade away and not have to face the facts. It's not easy facing up when your whole world is black. No more will my green seagull turn a deeper blue. I could not foresee this thing happening to you. If I look hard enough into the setting sun, my love will laugh with me before the morning sun. I see your dirty face hide behind your collar. What is done in vain? Truth is hard to swallow, so you pray to God to justify the way you live a lie, live a lie, live a lie. And you take your time, and you do no crime. Well, you made your bed, I made mine. Because when I arrive, I'll bring the fire, make you come alive. I can take you higher, what this is. For God, I must now remind you, let it rock, let it rock, let it rock. Now the son's disgraced, he who knew his father when he cursed his name, turned and chased the dollar, but it broke his heart, so he stuck his middle finger to the world, to the world, to the world. And you take your time, and you stand in line, where you'll get what's yours. I got mine. Because when I arrive, I'll bring the fire, make you come alive. I can take you higher, what this is. For God, I must now remind you, let it rock, let it rock, let it rock. Yeah, Wayne's World, Planet Rock, panties drop, and the top. If she gon' rock to the camera stop, I sing about angels like Angel Eye. Rock, and pay my life. Rock, and Samadai. Rock, and Amadai, and Tamara. Why I'm in here like, what's up, mechanic me? I can fix you up, I can hook you up, I can get down. Shout it, we could go wherever, just pick a town. And my jewelry is louder than an engine sound. Big egg rocks like
Check.
on the ground. Dirty like
Check.
socks that's on the ground. We say, because when I arrive, I'll bring the fire, make you come alive. Cause you're a sky full of stars. I'm gonna give you my heart. Cause you're a sky full of stars. Cause you light up the park. I don't lighter, the more it gets dark. I'm gonna give you my heart. Oh, I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. Cause in a sky full of stars, I think I see you. I think I see you.
Check. 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 Check.
At the sound of the falling rain, coming down like an Armageddon flame. The shame, the ones who died without a name. Hear the dogs howling out of key to a hymn called faith and misery, and bleed the company lost the war at end. I beg to dream and differ from the hollow lies. This is the dawning of the rest of our lives on holiday. Hear the drum pounding out of time. Another protester has crossed the line to find the money's on the other side. Can I get another amen? There's a flag wrapped around a score of men. A keg, a plastic bag on a monument. I beg to dream and differ from the hollow lies. This is the dawning of the rest of our lives on holiday.
Hello everyone and welcome back to ASU ACHA Hockey YouTube's presentation of ACHA Division I Men's Ice Hockey. I'm Brett Vaughn alongside Niall Cooper. And Niall, it was a very spirited first period of play. You expect that in a big rivalry game, but both teams have brought the energy tonight.
Yeah, they certainly did, Brett, and it's not something that's surprising to anyone that watches these games, whether it's online, on the U of A page, whether it's on our page, whether it's in person. This is definitely one of the biggest rivalries in all the WCHL, and I'd say probably in the ACHA as well, and I'm looking forward to this middle period.
Wildcats will win the draw, and they'll cross corner that one dumped in. Here with the Sun Devils, they go D to D. Kate Olsen, as this ice is still pretty wet out there, both teams are going to have to be cognizant of being able to handle that puck safely through the zone. Jake King, backhand pass, shot on from Quast, and that goes into the belly of Gould with no rebound.
And Brett, it's not surprising. Gould's looked really good tonight for University of Arizona. You can see why he's been the workhorse early in the year for head coach Chad Berman and company. And I expect Arizona State's going to really have to get dirty to get a goal past him as this game wears on.
If you're head coach Austin Klein, you have to be happy with the effort that was shown by his team in that first period, as they were the more dominant ones, although the score line, that's the only line that counts, has ended up being tied after one period of play. Wildcats trying to negotiate the forecheck from Arizona State. They're unable to. Robinson collects it at the offensive blue line, trying to dig it out of the skates of the Arizona player Vilhauer, but he's unsuccessful. Arizona keeps the puck in. Down the quick snapshot on, and good job by Glenn. Again, he's looked sharp tonight, not allowing a rebound.
Yeah, both goalies facing a lot of rubber early in this game. We're only about a minute into this second period. Both goalies double digits. They've seen a lot of pucks on net tonight and some really grade A chances for University of Arizona. They might not have the quantity right now in shots compared to the Sun Devils, but they're certainly there in terms of quality.
One clean by the Sun Devils. Marchand has to eat a check, get some help from Matthew Gross, and he'll also get some help from Robinson. Erdman activating from the defensive end. Butler's streaking in. Butler center out in front. They score! Great move by Caden Butler, and he was able to just get enough mustard on it to go back post, and it's Matthew Gross getting his second goal of the year.
Number 34 living up to his name for the Sun Devils as he got down and dirty in front of the net. Matthew Gross, some hard work in the blue paint, and you saw the bench just go absolutely ecstatic behind the play. And University of Arizona can't believe it. The Sun Devils, a quick execution on that counter, and they're back up by 1.
And it was a great team goal, as I think almost every Arizona State player touched the puck as they broke it out of the defensive zone. And that culminated into a goal. They come back in on the attack again. Carter Newland trying to look for that area pass for Erdman, but he ends up getting a tumble, and that puck gets dumped all the way down for an icing. Ian Erdman tonight, he's that jack-of-all-trades player that we've talked about with the coaching staff for Arizona State. You can play him as a forward, as a defenseman, and right now is really activating from the back end very nicely.
Yeah, Ian Erdman does a little bit of everything, just as you alluded to. I'd like the physicality, some blocked shots. He's kind of getting his fingerprints all over this contest at the moment.
Grady Franklin activates from the point. Ben Chase gets pinned to the wall by the defenseman John Baird. And it gets rimmed all the way down, but maybe a little too strong, and that'll go for another icing, as the Wildcats right now really pent up in their own zone.
And Arizona State, they got that goal, and now they're really starting to feel themselves. This is a Sun Devil team that when they get confident and they start moving the puck and zipping it around, they're a hard team to keep up with. Head coach Austin Klein has built a really good program here over the years, and the Sun Devils would really benefit right now to capitalize on this advantage.
Puck gets rimmed around. Grady Franklin keeps that one in. In the corner, Chris McGovern with it. He'll rim that one around. Get some help from his forward. And that puck will die, and that allows Arizona to get a much-needed change. Puck picked up by Benaldi, but he turns it over. With the puck, Ari Rossi, the Santa Rosa, California native for the Wildcats. Trying to take in the offensive zone, but he gives it away. Alan Eftimov, Carter Newland gets checked by a couple Wildcat players in the middle of the ice. Some Devils have to be patient and wait for their guys to get back on side.
And some great edge work from Benaldi there for Arizona State to prevent the Wildcats from continuing that offensive attack.
It's turned over by the Sun Devils in their own zone.
Wildcats on the press, and a great stick from Alan Evtimoff, denying a possible golden opportunity for the Wildcats to tie it up. Kylie Ram on the offensive end. Shot up for Benaldi, and he rips one high. Evtimoff, oh! Using a toe drag to try to stuff it in short side, and Gould was able to be alert enough to deny the chance. As the play's opening up now. That was a nice stop by the goaltender Glenn with his stick. Activating from the point, Lachlan Gibson keeps it in for the Wildcats. Dominic Evtimoff, he's unable to clear it out. Wildcats now have some sustained zone time. Gibson, quick shot on, Glenn trying to find it, trying to fight for it, and it's finally whistled down as there's a scrum that was developing right in front of the goaltender Glenn, and now we hope cooler heads try to prevail here, but it looks like that's not the case.
No, we can talk about some great chances that just happened, Brett, but it's getting physical on the ice. At the bottom of the pile, looked like it was the sophomore Justin Hughes for the Wildcats, as he was getting physical in behind the play with some Sun Devil forwards. Hard to make out who it was for Arizona State, and we will surely have some penalties coming.
And both penalty box doors open for each team. Arizona State captain Kate Olson again, right out in front of the ref's crease, waiting on what the final tally will be. And it's a tough position for the referees because they only blow the whistle if they lose sight of the puck, but obviously there they didn't see it. But then part of that too is that both teams are going to really joust for positioning in front, and sometimes it can get a little heated.
Yeah, definitely the case. The referee looked like he took his time a little bit there, maybe an extra 1 or 2 Mississippis trying to find the puck. And if you're that Arizona State defense, I know you've been there, Brett, back from your playing days, you always want to defend your goalkeeper at all costs, and the way the Wildcats are digging away at the puck, you can't fault them for that. The referee's not going to blow the whistle. You're supposed to play to the whistle. If they have a chance to jam that in, they're obviously going to take it. A great job by Nathaniel Glenn for the Sun Devils, the big 6'5", 205-pound freshman, standing tall, kind of sitting tall actually on his rear end, keeping that puck out of the net. And I'll be interested to see what the resulting call is here. The faceoff looks like it's going to be in the Wildcat defensive end.
And it looks to be the case, partner. So after all of that, it's going to be a 2-minute minor shown up on the scoreboard here at Mountain America Community Iceplex as the forward Justin Hughes takes a 2-minute minor, and the Sun Devils are going to have their first power play of the hockey game. Robinson, Gross, Butler, Marchant, and Dominic Evtimoff out there for Arizona State on the power play. Kept in by the Sun Devils. Robinson, the lane, trying to find a passing lane. He finds Gross on that far side of the offensive zone. Evtimoff walks the line, and that gets deflected up and into the netting, and we'll have another whistle with only 15 seconds elapsing on that power play.
And Evtimoff, first time we've seen him, Brett, in action this season, but you can tell he's got some high offensive IQ on the back end.
Sun Devils try to retrieve that puck, and they do. Good work by Gross on the wall. Ty Marchand swap spots with Dominic Evtimoff. Robinson settles that puck down. Sun Devils trying to set up. Some one-touch passing. Marchand unable to corral that and pull the trigger on the shot. Crossing pass. Robinson, wrist shot on, misses high. Marchand ends up trying to take a quick shot off that rebound, but he misses high too. And the Wildcats will clear it.
And I like the puck movement from the Sun Devils early, forcing the Wildcats to have to really be vigilant in their own end with the shooting lanes. The Wildcats got aggressive early in that penalty kill, and Evtimoff once again moving well at the blue line. Marchand with some good shots.
As the play comes right into your living room, as both teams are trying to fight for it, coming out with the puck is John Baird, trying to delay some time, but he turns it over to Robinson. Robinson, cross ice pass, but in the skates of Cameron. At the point now, Newland settles that one down. Taking the shot was Benaldi. Robinson with that stretch pass and just keeping it in as Newland. 20 seconds remain on the power play.
Benaldi at the top of the key. Robinson, King. They swap places. King with a shot on, and he wrists it wide. Benaldi keeps it in. 10 seconds left on the power play. Newland. Tough pass in the skates of Ben Chase. Newland waiting. Chase. Cameron. Wildcats now back to full strength. Sun Devils still trying to threaten. Shot by King gets blocked by Hanrahan. Newland trying to fight for in the corner. King. But it's a 360 pass. Goes awry and allows Arizona to break it out. Puck played back down in the corner. Hanrahan has it. But he gets that puck stripped away and it'll go into neutral ice.
And the Wildcats bending but not breaking on that shorthanded chance in their own end. The Sun Devils really moving around a lot, very active, and the Wildcats a good job just to hang in there, get some good blocks, some good sticks at the last minute, and the Sun Devils not able to capitalize.
It'll be interesting too to see if Arizona with that good penalty kill can maybe get some momentum off of it. They come in the offensive zone, cross ice pass. Another shot through, that time by Busby goes wide. Gibson keeps it in.
I'd really love to see Ben Chase get to the bench here. With no stick, he's completely ineffectual on the defensive end.
Arizona centers that one out in front, and Cade Olson will just sweep that one away safely. Fighting forward is Trevor Kennedy. He's got a chance. Kennedy on the backhand, and Gold's able to keep his paddle down. Kennedy working hard on the forecheck with Ryan Quast on this line. Trying to cycle that one back down low. Sean Phillips, the extra skater tonight for Arizona State, is out there trying to dig it out of the skates here on the half wall. Phillips, unsuccessful. It'll come to Chioka, pinching in. With that shot on was Dominic Evtimov, and Gould's able to make the stop with no rebound.
And Gold, talk about a man that's been on his toes as he's been getting some really good lateral practice movement in the blue paint. The Sun Devils not getting a whole lot of chances on the actual net, but if I had to judge that last power play, Brett, I would say that was a good 8 out of 10 the way Arizona State was moving the puck.
Wouldn't be surprised too if Gold was even doing a little bit of Pilates as well with all of that hip flexibility. It's important for a goaltender to be able to move around these days.
I sure wish I had that kind of flexibility, Brett, as you and I are approaching that big 3-0 on the horizon.
Draw one by the Wildcats. With it is Valhauer, but he gets smoked by Alan Evtimov on the forecheck. Good for him, though, he gets back up. On the offensive blue line, kept in by the Wildcats. Deking through, the backhand shot from Walker goes high on Glenn. At the point, Hodgson, D2D with Chioka. Shot gets blocked up in the netting, and we'll have a whistle with 11:39 left in the second period.
And you could see Vilhauer, we could certainly see him as he was getting up right in our kitchen. He definitely felt that hit from Evtimov. He was a little bit weary, but as you mentioned, way on him to get back up, get into the play, and shake it off.
That's the price you pay sometimes in hockey, is having to take a hit, as Ty Marchand just took one behind the net. But it looks to be that one to be an illegal hit. And oh man, as you can even see some of the coaches on the Arizona State bench wincing, as the rule is with the referee, once that team that committed the penalty possesses the puck, it's whistled down, but it might have been a tough break for Arizona State there.
Yeah, tough break for the Sun Devils, as it didn't look like University of Arizona actually had possession. It kind of bounced off the skate of one of the defensemen, but it didn't look like he ever possessed it, and unfortunately for Matthew Gross, he might have had a chance to get in and get a breakaway for a second opportunity of the night. Nonetheless, Sun Devils on the PP.
Dylan Walker taking that 2-minute minor for Arizona, as the Sun Devils will be on their second power play of the period. Gross, Robinson, and Butler retrieve the puck. Comes out to Ty Marchand.
Evtimov fakes the shot. Marchant's wrist shot gets blocked. Again, a good job by this Arizona penalty kill, and it'll be interesting to see if the Sun Devils try to switch it up here on the second power play opportunity.
Yeah, Chris McGovern on the back end, the Summit, New Jersey native. New Jersey coming out with a lot of passion on that penalty kill as he fronted that shot and deflected it up into the netting. Some good penalty killing from the Wildcats continuing.
Sun Devils win the draw again. Dominic Evtimov comes over to this side. Seam pass to Robinson. Seam pass again. Evtimov back to Robinson. Down low, the stuff play to Gross, but standing tall near his near post was the goaltender Gould. Evtimov gets that shot through with some traffic in front. Marchant keeps it in, and it's a good clearance by Hanrahan. Allows both teams to go for a change.
And the Wildcats look like they'll get some fresh troops on. Hanrahan, a great job getting that puck down. And right now, Marchant just a little bit off with Evtimov. They're still trying to build that chemistry.
Second power play unit out for Arizona State with about 35 seconds left, and they can't keep possession of it. This time, Gibson clears it all the way down for Arizona.
And the penalty killing trend right now continuing for the Wildcats. Bend but don't break.
Maybe one opportunity more on this man advantage. Austin Cameron, back door, and Kate Olson was streaking, got a stick on it, but couldn't get any power on that shot. Nick Benaldi comes over, gets it back. Benaldi's wrist shot on, ends up hitting his own man King in front, and Arizona's back to full strength. Sun Devils come back in quickly. Cameron trying to feed that one through to Benaldi. Benaldi a little tired near the end of his shift. Has a forward covering for him. Cameron, but he doesn't watch the backdoor side, and Glenn with a stop as he punches out with his right hand with the blocker. Another stop by Glenn, that time on a one-timer, and he'll get a much-needed whistle for his team. Glenn again, although he's not facing that much rubber, he's always alert at any time of the hockey game.
And number 18, the freshman for the Wildcats, saying Ruh-roh, Riley Ruh. A great opportunity on that one-timer, and Glenn just continuing to stand tall.
Sun Devils will break it out quickly. Kennedy rims that around to the side to Phillips. Phillips absorbs the check, but comes out with it. Ian Erdman takes the shot, D to Marchand, trying to fit that pass through. He can't. Erdman's shot gets blocked by Hanrahan. Puck gets cleared out into the neutral ice and thrown back down in by Joseph Hull for the Wildcats.
And Arizona State getting a little bit lazy at the moment with their breakout passes. They continue to look for these Hail Mary passes going northeast or southwest, up and down the ice diagonally. I'd love to see them get a little bit more basic, just get something in the corner or make some quick passes through the neutral zone while they're moving their feet.
Wildcats will try to slow it down their own zone, and Chioka walks out with it. It's tipped in by Erickson, icing waved off. Dominic Evtimov eats a check. He tries to play it up to Cooch, but to no avail. D movement shot on by the defenseman Baird goes wide. Cooch eats a check. Puck still being bargained for. Now comes to an Arizona State stick. .7:20 remains in the second period. It's a tight hockey game. It's a 2-1 Arizona State advantage. John Baird gets in the skates of his forward. Vilhauer. Wrist shot on. Glenn was able to make the stop on the wrister from Curley. Curley, who was the one that already scored tonight, had a great opportunity there.
Not a clean pass reception from Alan Evtomoff allows Arizona to dump it back in the Arizona State zone.
And I think what we're seeing right now, partner, is really the great penalty killing work of the Wildcats turning into momentum at the other end of the ice as they're dominating all three zones right now in this game, and Arizona State needs to find an answer.
And a tough check by Alan Evtomoff, and that right hand of the referee that was right there was raised right away once that hit happened. Didn't get a great look at it, as where our vantage point is in line with the goaltender Gould for Arizona. Didn't end up seeing the man who received the check, number 3, Gibson, having his bucket fly off. And looks to be Alan Evtomoff heading to the sin bin.
And luckily Gibson, no worse for the wear, as he came up red hot after that hit and was ready to get right into the action. We'll have to see what ultimately the call is here. I missed it as well, partner, only caught the last moment of it. But clearly it was big enough of a check to dislodge the bucket of the freshman from New Jersey.
As both referees talk about it, we have to speculate on maybe what the penalty was. I think the puck was over there, so it wasn't an interference call. My guess is possibly a cross-checking call for how the man Gibson was almost like stapled to the boards. Like,
yeah, when you get into those situations, really you're only going to see pretty much cross-checking or boarding, maybe a roughing call if it was from the weird angle.
Yeah, so it ends up being a boarding call awarded to Alan Evtomoff, and so with 6:27 remaining in the second period, it's going to be a power play first of the period for Arizona. Quast and Robinson are going to be the penalty killers on the forward end of things for Arizona State out here on this penalty kill. Draw won by the Sun Devils. They've done a great job in the circle, but they're unable to clear it all the way down. Chioka comes in with it, absorbs the check, dumps it down, and it'll find a Wildcat stick. That is Myers on the puck. But it's a poor pass by him, and the Wildcats have to go back to center ice. Myers comes in again, button hook turn. Up to Hughes, Chioka. Chioka gets it back, fakes the shot, shows the shot, passes it off. Centered out in front. Hughes is there at the doorstep, still is in front, and somehow that puck doesn't go in because I don't think the goaltender Glenn knew where it was. Another shot on, they score! A CE9 shot from Sam Myers at the point was able to beat past Glenn, and the Wildcats tie it at 2.
Ultimately, it was number 9, Justin Hughes, getting a stick in front of that. You could tell Glenn didn't really have a good vantage point of that shot. University of Arizona, a good job creating a lot of traffic in front of him, and those are the hardest shots to score. You see it all the time in the pros. You get a shot from the point through traffic. The goalie, all he can really do is hope and pray that it hits him, and a nice deflection ties this game up for Arizona.
And we traded goals in that first period, and we've traded goals here in the second period. Wildcats trying to change that, as streaking through the right side was Michael Pizzo. And Glenn makes another stop.
And I alluded to it earlier, Arizona really getting a lot of the momentum in this period. They had some good penalty kills, turned that into some offensive action the other way, sustained zone time. Next thing you know, the way it usually balances out penalty-wise, they get a power play, they take advantage.
Puck will pop out to Caden Butler, but he ends up getting it poked away. Ooh, and took a hard check afterwards by Riley Ruh. And it looks to be maybe a possible roughing call, is what the referee is signaling here.
And this might be just what the doctor ordered for the Sun Devils, Brett. A power play opportunity. This would be huge for them to get some great offensive chances and at the very least just take the momentum back from Arizona.
Second power play unit out for Arizona State now to see if they can maybe change the mojo on this power play. King, Nick Bonaldi at the point. Newland trying to fight. He's getting pressured there by Arizona forward checker. Now they can settle it down a little bit more as they swap positions. Newland, as he thought he had Chase on that backdoor side, but Chase was streaking in towards the net, and the Wildcats can clear it out. They break it back in. Jake King trying to get on his horse. And it was a great escape turn and clearance by Luke Busby for Arizona to get it all the way down.
Luke Busby showcasing some beautiful skating right there and stick work to make that quick turn, absorb the check, and get rid of the puck, and he gets off for some fresh troops.
The Devils come back in. Cameron trying to drop pass. Lucky bounce comes to Nick Bonaldi, and Newland's unable to connect with Cameron in the corner. They have to retrieve it. Chase. As right now the Sun Devils are getting outmanned on these puck scrums down low. They finally get it out with Newland. 40 seconds remain on the man advantage for Arizona State. Newland circles around. Nick Bonaldi. Cameron. Shot on, and that gets sticked away by Gould. Bonaldi. Indirect pass. Newland peels off the wall. Now to Chase. Trying to fit that one through to Newland, but I don't think he was expecting it. 20 seconds left now on the Arizona State power play. Bonaldi trying to find some daylight, but he can't, and he'll elect to pass it to Marchant.
This is a long shift right now for the Sun Devils.
King to the point. Marchant, Beaver tapping it, asking for that puck. Drops it to Nick Bonaldi, and Arizona's back to full strength. Chase trying to fight with it. As it looked to be, he might have been obstructed and tripped down, but no call from this back referee.
And maybe the most obvious tripping call that we've seen go by the wayside. Tough break for Arizona State.
And again, Arizona State not successful on this third power play opportunity, as that stretch pass couldn't get connected with Kylie Ram coming off of the bench. And again, Arizona State was struggling in that first period on the man advantage. They're still struggling a little bit here. It'll be interesting to see if they try to make any sort of changes.
Yeah, and certainly a different case here as the entirety of that power play was run by the second unit. You could see Ben Chase, he really put it all on the line there. He was out for the full 2 minutes.
The Devils will collect it down low. Alan Evtimov drops it to Cooch. Cooch trying to poke that one over to his line mate. He can't. Almost taken away by Kylie Ram. But Arizona will skate it out. 2:20 remaining here in this second period. Centered out in front by Arizona. It's cleared away by the Sun Devils. And Alan Evtimov is able to get it down deep. Turned over to Kylie Ram off the half wall. Kylie Ram trying to go for a backhand behind the back pass, but no doing. Slowing that one down is Hughes, but he turns it over. Dominic Evtimov, wrist shot on from Cooch, blockered away by Gould.
And what a read by Evtimov there to step up and intercept that pass. Olsen trying to look for that redirection from Alan Evtimov in front, but they couldn't connect. Skating out for it is Sam Myers, who just tied up the game at 2 for Arizona as he dumps it in and goes for a change. Busby, quick pass up to Riley Ruh. He gets checked to the boards. He's still pressed up against the boards, and Arizona will have to regroup in the neutral zone. It's turned over now. Ryan Quast still with it, trying to handle that puck. He overskates it. Fights through a couple Wildcat checks. And with under 60 seconds remain, it's still a tied hockey game here in the second period as it's whistled down for a hand pass. And all in all, things pretty even Steven in this period. it really is appropriate that we have a tied 2-2 game. And the University of Arizona, a chance maybe to try to sneak one in late here, this final minute of the period with an offensive zone draw.
And it looks to be Matthew Gross in the circle for the Sun Devils, and he wins it clean to Erdman. Rimmed around. Robinson trying to get it to Erdman, but with this ice shoot up near the end of the period, it's hard to really handle the puck. Robinson, tight turn, finds Erdman. 38 seconds remaining. Butler trying to fight for it. Gross gets there on the wall, and some good play again by the defenseman Luke Busby for Arizona, allows him to break it out. But looks to be a little overzealous as Busby, as Arizona enters in offsides. And with 22 seconds remain, face off just outside of the Arizona State zone.
And we can talk about Ian Erdman once again. This might turn into an Ian Erdman fan club at the end of the game, as he does a good job there. Stuff that's not going to show up on the score sheet at the end of the game, just slowing down that University of Arizona breakout, rubbing a man out into the boards, and just being a menace defensively.
17 seconds remain. A high dump pass goes all the way down, and we'll have a whistle with 11 seconds remaining. As Marchand was trying to hit that stretch pass, but nobody was there for Arizona State. Draw one by the Wildcats. Chioka plays it back down low. 5 seconds left. Wildcats trying to center that one in front for one more chance, and that's rimmed all the way down, and that'll do it for this second 20 minutes of play. And looking at the period as a whole, Niall, I think this one was a little more even compared to that first period where it was more dominated by Arizona State. But Arizona, I think, really getting a lot of momentum off of those penalty kills served them well as they were able to tie the game late in this period.
Yeah, I certainly agree with that assessment. And University of Arizona playing the game the right way in that period. Really like what I saw from them bouncing back. And a 2-2 game after two, going into the third. Everything on the line in this rivalry, as we see time and time again. I'm excited for what's about to come.
And folks, we'll bring you live third period action here from the Mount America Community Iceplex in just under 15 minutes. At the end of two, Arizona State 2, Arizona 2. This is Arizona State ACHA Hockey YouTube.
Well, I went down to the local arena after see the manager man. He came from his office, said, "Son, can I help you?" Looked at him and said, "Yes, you can." Yeah, I want to drive the Zamboni. Hey, I want to drive the Zamboni. Yes, I do. Now, ever since I was young, it's been my dream that I might drive the Zamboni machine. I get that ice just as slick as could be, and all the kids would look up to me. Hey, I want to drive the Zamboni. Hey,
Coming on to the light of day, we got many moons that are deep at play. So I keep an eye on the shadow smile to see what it has to say. You and I both know everything must go away. What do you say? Spinning out letters on my heart, it's like a bitter light and a touch of dark. You got sneak attack from the zodiac that I see off high spark. Keep the breeze and go, blow by blow and go away. What do you say? Yeah, you don't know my mind, you don't know my kind. Dark necessities are part of my design. And tell the world that I'm falling from the sky. Dark necessities are part of my design. Stumble down to the parking lot, you got no time for the afterthought. The light, ice cream for an astronaut, well that's me looking for weed. Turn the corner and find the world at your command. Lay in the hand. Yeah, you don't know my mind, you don't know my kind. Dark necessities are part of my design. Tell the world that I'm falling from the sky. Dark necessities are part of my design.
Thought that I'd be better off if I were on my own. I try to put my finger on the moment we went wrong, but the taste turned bitter, so I pulled the trigger. Not so easy to move on. I guess I should have known. Ice cold, I freeze up when I see ya. Left you just to find out that I need ya. So far, I wanna pull you closer. I wish we could start the whole thing over. Ever since I left you, I've been trying to get you back, and it keeps getting worse. I'm burning on the inside, and the truth is that I didn't know how good you were until you were gone. Until you were gone.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to ASU ACHA Hockey YouTube's presentation of ACHA Division I Men's Ice Hockey. I'm Brett Vaughn, along with my longtime partner, Niall Cooper. And Niall, this is all you can ask for Going into a tightly contested, big rivalry hockey game to be tied going into the third period.
Yeah, you would really expect nothing less between these two teams. It's been physical. It's been crossing the line at times. There's been great goaltending, some beautiful goals scored, some mucky goals scored, and I'm really looking forward to this final 20 minutes.
Sun Devils getting the better early right now in this third period as they're in the offensive zone. Caden Butler drops it. Quick shot on from Olsen, and Gould was ready to make a stop. Shots, slight advantage towards the favor of Arizona State, 28-20.
And it was really the University of Arizona that kind of commanded the quality of chances. I thought as we went through the latter stages of that second period, it'll be fun to see for a lot of the home fans here if Arizona State can rebound and take some momentum themselves.
Comes over to Olsen, quick snapshot on, and that's blocked by a sprawling Jack Curley for Arizona. The defenseman wheeling around in his own zone. Lackland Gibson just gets it out. Now up to Jack Curley. Curley and Erdman go into the corner. Chase, great job helping out his defenseman, but he ends up overhandling the puck, and it's dumped back in his own zone. Sun Devils trying to break it out of their own zone, but they're having a little trouble with it, and they turn it over. Tristan Swiger, backhand pass. Swiger still alive, whip around shot, and Glenn, although it wasn't the hardest shot, had to fight through some traffic to make the stop.
And not the turnover that you want to see from Arizona State there in their own end. Getting a little bit cute with it, and the puck really moving right now on the sides. They don't seem to be ready for how quick things are right now. The Sun Devils need to pick up their pace and intensity.
Ben Chase just securely buckling in his strap for his helmet, and he'll win the face-off. Austin Cameron takes a peek behind his shoulder, just is able to clear it out into the center ice line. Arizona has to touch up to get back on side. Hopefully it's a free breakout for Arizona State. And Marcia ends up overhandling the puck, and he turns it over. Good chance for Arizona, and what a block, a poke by Erdman, sprawling on his belly to negate a good scoring chance. Kept in again by Arizona. Snapshot on, misses wide by McGovern. Cameron takes a beat, tries to cross ice past that, but it gets blocked. Arizona State trying to finish off a change. Marchand, ooh, and Nick Benaldi had to be careful as he was getting stepped up on in the center ice line, but he gets it in deep. Puck's glued to the kick plate in the corner. Coming out with it is Trevor Kennedy at the point. Benaldi. Grady Franklin stops, tries to get around that Arizona forward, and he'll play it back down low again.
And almost 3 straight minutes now without a whistle. Pace of play really picking up.
Centered out in front, and Gould's able to have a swiveling head, and he'll put a glove on it, and we'll have a stoppage with 17 minutes remaining in this third period.
And I like the play from Benaldi just to move that puck to the net. The Sun Devils finally starting to find a little something here 3 minutes into the third. Before that, they were really, really struggling just to connect those tape-to-tape passes, and I'm glad to see they're starting to pick it up a little bit.
Quick shot on from Franklin, and that ends up taking a large rebound, but goes into the corner. Wildcats come in with it. Josephson ends up eating a check. Comes around to Jake King, the centerman. Trying to hit that long pass. Icing's waved off. Forecheckers aren't able to get there in time for Arizona State. That allows the Wildcats to come back in. Streaking through is Josephson all alone, and Glenn stands tall.
A monstrous save right there from Glenn for the Sun Devils. as the Wildcats did a nice job opening up that chance in behind. But Glenn, cool as a cucumber, and a very cold cucumber at that, Brett, as he handled that with ease.
And again, it hasn't been a crazy amount of chances by Arizona, but they've gotten good grade A scoring ones when they do. Carson Cooch will slow it down to Dominic Evtimov, but his breakout pass is behind his brother, Alan Evtimov. You'd think with the two brothers playing together that they might have that telepathy going.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want, Brett, and that would be for these brothers to channel their inner Sedin. You can already see they're on a little bit of another level IQ-wise. They can see the play happening a few steps ahead of some of these other guys. If they can elevate the play of their line mates, I see great things ahead for this Sun Devil group.
Puck gets rimmed out of the Arizona State zone. Having some trouble with the puck, though, is the defenseman John Baird for Arizona. Chip off the high glass, gets it out for them. As puck was exchanging possessions there on the Arizona State blue line, and it gets taken away by the Sun Devils. Kylie Ram trying to force that one forward, and on his backside was Gold, as he had to go for a snowman save. That's definitely always a thankless position as a goaltender, not knowing where that puck is.
Yeah, living out here in Arizona, we haven't really got to see a snowman or a snow angel in a long time. Good to see the goaltender still knows that move. That was always my go-to save in NHL, the video game, when I didn't really know what else to do.
And it's been great weather this past week. It's been under 110 here in the Tempe area. Hopefully it's trending down to double digits. We can only hope. Ryan?
I've got my flannels ready, partner.
Right you are. As Alan Evtimov has to negotiate that harassment from the forechecker from Arizona. He can't. Centered out in front by Curley. Good stick play by Kate Olson of, again, not allowing that pass to get through. Kicked in by Matthew Gross as we've just passed 5 minutes of play here in this final period. Tied at 2. One-timer shot from Erdman. Rims around wide. Olsen finds it. Snap shot on, hits a couple bodies, but it'll go into the corner. As a couple players are tangled up on the other side of the ice, and the linesman does a good job of separating both of the players.
And Matthew Gross finally able to get up. He'll go for a change as that rugby scrum continues in the corner.
Curley is unable to clear it for Arizona. Back around, Sean Phillips is trying to loosen that puck up for Arizona State, and he's now on the back check and forces Arizona to dump it in as both teams go for a change. Newland, now to Marchand, dekes around one. Here he comes, a skilled defenseman, and that wrist shot is gloved up high by Gold, and we'll have a stoppage in play.
And once again, we just want to thank everyone for sticking with us tonight. It's been a fun broadcast. Glad to see everyone tuning in from far and wide for this great contest. And Brett, I can only expect that it's going to get a little more intense down the stretch here. The Sun Devils starting to pick up the pace a little bit. U of A, though, seems to always be up to the task.
Turned over in front, and it was a good good forecheck by Tristan Swiger. They have another opportunity now as they're coming in, and it was a good stick by Grady Franklin for Arizona State. Good active sticks defensively by the Sun Devils tonight. Now below the goal line, quick shot from Chioka. Solis in front, and they score. Riley Ruh gets his first goal of the season as he was Johnny on the spot, finding the rebound right on his stick blade, and he just taps that one in.
And a great job just being in the right place at the right time there, as the initial shot that came in looked like it had a really good chance to go in short side. The Sun Devils are able to withstand that, but then just standing on that back post, you know, they always tell you you want to stop at the net, and a good job there by Rudd, not leaving his spot in front of the net. He gets some free real estate, stuck around, and was rewarded, and U of A up 3-2 in a good spot.
And you can now hear some of the traveling Arizona fans here at Mount America Community Iceplex. With this tight hockey game, you think maybe there's only 1 or 2 more goals in it to decide who's the victor. Puck chipped off the high glass. Dominic Evtimov regroups it with Trevor Kennedy. Drop pass to Kate Olson. Quick snapshot on. Loose. Kennedy. Evtimov switches spots with Kennedy, and that shot whistles high. Down the corner, wrist shot on, misses high from Dominic Evtimov. Oh, and dangerous shot going through, but no redirection in front. As they keep battling forward, an Arizona player gets back up to his feet, and he ends up making a great defensive play there, Chris McGovern, and he'll try to go for a change as he's laboring. Wildcats come back in with it. Dominic Evtimov. Cross ice pass to his brother. Alan Evtimov tries to get back up to his feet, gets thrown down again, but fights through a couple checks. Kick pass up to the point. Erdman trying to move that one around with the stretch pass, but is unable to connect with his teammate.
And I'm seeing some great communication on the back end right now from Ty Marchand. Would love to see that move throughout the lineup for the Sun Devils. Communication always free, and right now essential for them if they want to get back in this.
Marchand with a hard chip off the strong side glass will get it out to the center ice line. 11:30 in this third period with the Wildcats just taking a 1-goal lead a couple minutes ago. Kylie Ram on his backhand side gets sticked away into the corner. Help from Caden Butler at the point. They go D to D. Erdman delays, and he'll just chip it into the corner. Butler centered out in front. Kylie Ram trying to bang at it, and it gets flown into the corner. Good spell by the Sun Devils. As just coming off the bench was Matthew Gross, but he couldn't get there in time, and we'll have an icing against Arizona.
And the Sun Devils really building up some quality offensive zone time that results in that icing call. You can see multiple Wildcat players bent over here just trying to suck some wind back into their lungs. Arizona State, a win here would go a long way.
Puck will come around, and that'll get out. And Grady Franklin has to retrieve it back in his own zone. Good reverse pass to Robinson. And they can break it out this right side. Gross gets around one, eats a check as he kicks the puck in and dumps it in. Gross. Indirect pass off the boards to Butler, but Butler couldn't get a good handle on the puck. Going the other way is Curley as he eats a check. And it's just kept in by Busby for Arizona, and they'll keep attacking. Ben Chase pins his man to the corner. Cameron out in front, but it's turned over, and the wrist shot misses high. It almost ended up being a pass directly on that Arizona player's stick by Cameron. Puck will pop out to him. 2-on-2 with Newland. Turned out in front, that's blocked away. Newland still trying to fight for it. Gibson's able to headman that along for the Wildcats. Puck still up for grabs. It'll be Hanrahan as he'll wheel it around to Chiesa, the defenseman. Chiesa waiting. Short angle shot on. Glenn makes a stop. Puck's not covered up, and we'll keep playing. As we're past halfway mark here in this third period. Shot on to the redirection. Goal doesn't know where it is. It's puck sitting all alone, and it's cleared away by Arizona.
And a great chance for the Sun Devils after Glenn makes the save. They go down the other end of the ice, and that cute little pass to the back corner almost chipped in behind the goalie. Unfortunate for the Sun Devils, they couldn't find the rebound.
And Arizona will throw it back down. Glenn leaves it for his defenseman, Olsen. Dominic Evtimov, tape to King as he picks up speed through the middle. King, button hook, trying to get that pass through. Good defensive play by McGovern. Marchant trying to get a shooting lane. He finally has one. Rebound in front, loose, but King wasn't able to latch onto it. Kennedy with it now. Erdman winds up and fires one, and Gould stops it with the crest of his jersey.
The Sun Devils not going down without a fight at the moment, as they're seeming to pick up the pace and intensity. I like what I'm seeing. Previous Sun Devil teams, they seem to have a little bit of trouble once they hit that adversity. Right now, Arizona State doing a good job answering. They're just going to need to continue getting these shots on net, peppering him, maybe getting some opportunities from the point through traffic.
Erdman with that point shot on, and rebound loose in front. Again, cleared away by Arizona. Sun Devils had some success right now in this third period with those point shots. Wildcats coming in. Oh, and Glenn, maybe a game saver for the Sun Devils if they can come back, as he was robbing that forward for Arizona. Alan Evtimov trying to get some help with Carson Cooch out there for Arizona State, but they'll have to go back in their own zone with Benaldi handling it.
And I'll be interested to see if that save ends up being a game saver potentially. Glenn really standing tall for the Sun Devils in this third period.
Benaldi trying to seal the wall, and he did just enough to put Arizona offside.
It's interesting seeing the demeanor on the bench right now for the Sun Devils, as it seems to be pretty calm over there. Not a whole lot of craziness going on, but at the same time also not a low level of energy. They just seem to be a confident group right now, just trying to continue putting on their hard hat, grabbing their lunch pail, and going to work.
And they'll do just that as Glenn's forced to grab it, leave it for his defenseman, Franklin. Down in the corner, Curley trying to center that in front to Benaldi. Backhand shot on from Walker, gets stopped by Glenn. As this period's been really flying by, we're already at 6:40 and change left of the hockey game. It's a 3-2 Arizona lead. Curley's just able to get it out to the neutral ice. Dominic Evtimov, cross corner dump. Cooch will be the first one there. It'll find its way to the other side of the offensive zone. Kylie Ram trying to get there, he can't. Cooch ends up eating a hard check. Puck will pop out to Alan Evtimov. Evtimov will get pushed down. Wildcats just trying to get that puck in deep, making Arizona State work for everything they get.
Yeah, the Wildcats just keeping it simple right now. They're getting that puck up the ice, getting it in the offensive zone deep, trying not to get too cute with it, and just eating up some clock.
Robinson, wrist shot on, loose in front. Oh, and it goes just wide on the rebound attempt. And Arizona will get called for icing with 5:38 left in the period. And partner, as it has been these past two periods, and now as we get deeper into this third period, a really tight hockey game, not too much space out there.
Yeah, not too much space at all. Robinson, we'll have to keep an eye on him for the Sun Devils. He's been all over the place in the offensive zone tonight with a lot of great chances. He's going to be key if they want to get a goal.
Shot from Kate Olsen gets blocked. Comes over to the other side. Robinson's having to play makeshift defenseman. And he does a good job of that, forcing Arizona to dump it in. It'll also be intriguing to watch to see if Arizona State's going to be very aggressive on that back end, as we saw a little bit earlier in the hockey game with those defensemen trying to jump up into the play.
Yeah, defensemen have been active all night for the Sun Devils, and I would expect that trend to continue, especially considering they're trailing with 5 to go.
As that puck just got out of the Arizona State zone and it's whistled down for an offsides on the Wildcats. That'll be the forward line with Cameron, Chase, and Newland out there for Arizona State, and Erdman and Marchand, the defensive pairing. Cameron receives the pass, Marchand jumping in, wrist shot goes wide. Newland unable to center that out to the middle. And it'll be lobbed out by the defenseman Chioka, the veteran defenseman for Arizona. Arizona State trying to work on the forecheck. They get it, Cameron, but they only had it for a moment. Has that puck taken away. Justin Hughes meanders his way through the middle of the offensive zone, dumps it in. Getting pressed up against there to the boards is Vilhauer. Now Newland. As it's a tired Arizona State group, they'll go for a partial change. Arizona cycles it down low. As that hit goes right into your living room by King, puck pops out to Marchand. Now over to King. King still with it, drops it for Newland, who's been out there for a bit. And it finds its way to Gold, and he'll make a sure play and freeze it.
And a smart play from Newland just to get that puck towards the net, resulting in an offensive zone draw coming. I thought Newland showcased some really good speed tonight for the Sun Devils. Maybe not quite the physicality I'd want to see from him, especially down the stretch here. University of Arizona is not giving anything easy. If the Sun Devils want to get an equalizer, it's going to have to come with some hard work.
Draw one by Arizona. John Baird is able to just get it out. I think icing will be waved off. It is. Ruh. Trying to cycle a little too strong of a pass to his line mate Hanrahan. Ryan Quast eats a check on the half wall. Arizona trying to kill the clock and keep this puck down in the offensive zone. Benaldi is able to have a nice pass to Kennedy. Kennedy driving hard through the middle, and he'll get put down. Puck play starting to open end to end. No penalty there deemed by the referee. He was right in front of it. Dominic Evtimov ends up taking a hard check as a couple players fall to the floor. King flips that one out, kicked away by Alan Evtimov with 2:20 left in the hockey game. Arizona State trying to find that equalizer. It'll come to the stick of Evtimov. Evtimov trying to button hook, gets shoved down. Evtimov unable to corral it. Kylie Ram helps it along to Carson Cooch. Under 2 minutes to play. As the goaltender, Glenn, was looking to the Arizona State bench to see if he's going to get the signal to pull the goalie.
And the Sun Devils here could really benefit from a stoppage and a timeout. They've got some tired troops, and they'd really like to drop a play and get the goaltender off the ice.
Alan Evtimov gets pinned to the boards right in front of the scorekeeper's box. Under 90 seconds to play now. Dominic Evtimov unable to get it all the way in deep. Shipped out by Gibson. And your right, partner, Sun Devils, if they could get a stoppage in play, as we haven't had a whistle in a couple minutes, to maybe draw up something with a timeout. Arizona is going to be happy to just pin this one to the wall, as Arizona State will take the extra attacker on. Under a minute to play. Good defensive block by Arizona, and Sun Devils can't keep it in. And they'll have to go back in their own zone. As Sun Devils are trying to get the players they want out now. 40 seconds remain. Puck trying to get around is Gross, but he gets seated down. Caden Butler with it. Butler trying to elect for the pass instead of the shot. Now to Gross, out in front to Robinson. Now he's finally able to corral it, but that's stopped by the goaltender Gold. 18 seconds left. D to D. Marchand to Gross. Butler on the one-timer gets blockered away by Gold. 8 seconds left. Arizona will clear it out. And that puck is slowly going. And no icing, and that'll do it. As it was a back and forth hockey game, and Arizona was able to kill that remainder 4 or 5 minutes off once they got that goal in the third period, and they come away victorious.
And some really great hockey tonight, folks. If you tuned in to watch some exciting WCHL action, you got that and a bag of chips with it. Both teams really brought their top game tonight, especially the goaltending. Just amazing. University of Arizona, they're stuck in this game, face some adversity on their own end, and they really delivered when it counted on the special teams, and then 5-on-5 afterward. The Sun Devil action at the other end, you have to be happy from what you saw there with the Sun Devils as they faced their own adversity early in the game, and I thought they answered it pretty well. Overall, a high-quality hockey game and something that is very worthy, I think, of these two programs.
It absolutely is. Anytime, especially you're playing your rival, you're going to get the best effort from each other. And Arizona State, they've only played 3 games so far this season, but all of them have been against their arch rival, and all of them have been pretty close and even.
And you see the teams going for the handshake line here. Always good to see some sportsmanship between these two teams. Never any love lost. But at the end of the day, it's what it really comes down to, is playing a good, clean, fair game.
As we see the Sun Devil players giving stick taps to the Sun Devil faithful that came out to support them tonight in what was a great hockey game. As we get things settled up here in the booth, as we see both teams skate off the ice, as myself, Brett Vaughn here alongside Niall Cooper, and Niall, like you mentioned, it was really hanging in the balance as it was tied going into that third period.
Yeah, it was a very interesting match. The way it kind of came up is we'll go a little bit closer here. The University of Arizona, I thought they played really well, kind of from late in the first period on. I thought they really kind of owned the zone time and the best chances. They played a much simpler game than the Sun Devils. It seemed like Arizona State at times was getting a little bit too cute for me, and it really didn't pay off for them. They did have some good chances, but if it wasn't for the goaltending of Glenn, I think this game could have gotten a little out of hand in that second period and early in the third as well.
And Niall, who caught your eye for tonight's player of the game?
Well, I think, Brett, that I'm going to go ahead and give an honorable mention to Glenn, the goaltender for Arizona State. I alluded to it earlier. He had a big night, but both teams had some great goaltending, and I think the man of the match definitely was Gold between the pipes for the University of Arizona. He goes to 3-0 on the year, and you could see why. I mean, he only saw 35 shots tonight, but there were some high-quality shots on there. There were some shots through traffic, and it was really about him making that key save when they needed him to, especially shorthanded. He had some big saves, and I think he was really what allowed Arizona to get back into the game, kind of establish their footing, and ultimately get the win tonight.
And folks, our next broadcast will be next Friday, as Arizona State's going to be playing host to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Before we go tonight, I want to say some very special thank yous to the people who help make this broadcast possible. Our cameraman tonight was Luke Chase. Our quality control engineer was the one and only Sharon Cooper, and our network engineer was John Vaughn. For one final time, for my partner Niall Cooper, I'm Brett Vaughn, reminding you of tonight's final score. Arizona comes away victorious over Arizona State by the score of 3-2. Thank you so much for tuning in, and so long from Mountain America Community Iceplex. Good night.